Let's get this figured out. This world gon' give me whatever I need until I get this vision out. Then they gon' pay me whatever I ask, cause I got it figured out. Family be checking all up on a nigga to see how I'm feeling now. Damn, they love to see a nigga really make a killing now. I put a lock on the game and I hide the code and the keys. I am not playing no games, I really play this shit for keeps. That shit for me.
Football Heads YouTube, what's going on? It is your boy Coach DC coming back at you today with another video. And so yeah, man, we're gonna break down this click on thing. Been fielding a lot of questions, a lot of frustrated customers for EA. Man, everybody thinks the click on is trash in this game, and I'll tell you what, I think the consistency of it is. I'll cop to that. You know, y'all know I think everything is DDA, but there are things that we do have to understand from a mechanics standpoint. We have to understand how to, you know, come downhill, attack the ball. And just of note, the click on used to be what separated the men from the boys, and so you know some of my some of us elder statesmen of the game, they'll attest to that. Yeah, the click on used to be what separated people in this game. You had to, if you could click on, you know what I'm saying, that allowed you to play more zone, because if you couldn't click on, basically back in the day you could not play zone on the game because people would just run the deep outs and just kill you. And if you couldn't click on, you just didn't stand a chance. But on this game, like I said, sometimes they don't allow you to click on, and to me that's the bigger issue, is the functionality thing. I'm like, when I hit a button, something is supposed to happen. Now from the technical standpoint, you have to hold circle, PlayStation, B, Xbox when you click on. So there's a process to this thing. First of all, you have to have some sort of anticipation, meaning you have to have an idea when the ball is enthroned of the person you're gonna click to. As you see the flight of the ball going right, left, or down the middle of the field, you have to have an idea of who you're gonna get and what you should do with that person when you get them. So watch me cut this route off right there. Actually, and the funny part was I wanted to be clicked to the other guy, but they gave me him. And so once I saw him, I just cut across. And so it's, again, you have to have some anticipation and you have to have some sort of, ability to react. And so again, watch me get myself into position and then come downhill. Timing, perfect timing, user pick. Timing is everything. I know, and a part of the problem, let me address one of the people who were sending me those messages. Part of the problem is that we're so used to Madden completing and finishing plays for us. And so we've grown accustomed to that. And on this college game, they're just not doing it. They'll put you in the spot, but if you don't do anything, generally the defender that's there, they'll make a play, but they're not gonna finish the play for the most part. Now, trust me, there are a lot of AI interceptions on this game. But again, that caters to the DDA stuff, and that caters to this game is always looking to get the highlight reel kind of deal for the AI players or whatever, or keep the score close, whatever the case may be. But the thing is, when you click and hold on to the button, now you have to think, okay, you're maneuvering, you're going backwards, forwards, left, right, somewhere. You're trying to put yourself in a position. And so you see, like right there, you see me I'm looking for the spot on the ground. That's first and foremost for me. I am not paying attention to the wide receiver whatsoever. He's just a part of the landscape. Once I see the spot, I'm trying to, as a matter of fact, I'm trying to beat the receiver to the spot, and maybe even restack and hold him off. So you see me get myself into position, look over one shoulder, a little bit of strafe action with L2, back the other way, and then timing. I'm using timing to go up. with triangle or Y. You know what I'm saying? And so you have to understand, sometimes you're going to get beat. Sometimes it's a bigger receiver. And so I always say, if it's a bigger receiver and you're not already there on the spot, then, what you probably need to do is play through the receiver's hands. And that's really actually what they teach you in real life. Yeah, you play through the receiver's hands. And so, the meeting of the hands, he has to bring his hands down at a certain point. And so if you're able to get to his hands and meet him at the apex, at the top of the jump, then yeah, it's all good. And again, like I said, the timing, I know we used to be able to just run around holding Y or holding triangle and get picks. That used to be, that was some of the grimiest times of Madden. And people still actually play like that and expect that to happen. And so I think a lot of people are upset, and thinking that you can't play down the field. Yeah, nah, man, you get your mechanics together. No. You can play down the field. Trust me. Y'all saw me the other day. I was getting mossed like a mug by schemes and CB. Yeah, man. Yeah, them dudes, they different. You know what I'm saying? But even in those highlights, you'll see I was right there, swatting, doing whatever it is that I needed to do. And so, like you say, you win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day, So you just have to use timing, anticipation. I use, the strafe button, L2. That's what you're doing when the ball's in the air. You see me click to this, to the DB right here. And so you see that little inflection in the shoulders right there? That's me. I'm on L2 and then I increase it a little bit because I want to get myself in the spot right there. And so I know on this game and on a lot of these animations, they fade away from the ball. And so I wanted to get myself up underneath and inside of, yeah. Wow, I was tripping. But yeah, I just want to get myself in position right there to make the play. And of course, I still dropped it anyway. But yeah, that I really hate. But again, no matter, so you see how the DB is out of position right there, but you see it once I click to the DB, you see me, I'm downhill. I don't waste any steps. The little T-step game, T-step thing or whatever. And so I'm coming downhill. I'm playing that off man, that kind of 3/4 whatever zone. And so, like I said, sometimes you're gonna miss. If you miss your timing, you should miss the ball. I wish they would make it even for the offense. I so wish they would start doing that more to the offense. I mean, it should always, when it's a 50-50, it should be just that. That's just how I feel about that. And so it looked like I missed that. The timing was way off, but then when you look at it and break it down and replay, no, it's right there. He's just 6'5" or whatever. Yeah, he was up a little bit, higher than I was. But again, it's all about getting yourself into the position that you need to be and going for the ball with timing. That's where the L1 or LB button comes in. And so I use that with the ball hawk, or I use the L1 or LB with the SWAT button, or I use the L1 or LB with the A or the X button to get knockouts. And so it's just, yeah, it's a positioning thing. And so, but the L2, which you see right there, I use that to slow up. And so, yeah, there's a difference between what I'm using. I don't use L2 to go for picks. I use L2 for positioning. I use L1 to go for picks. Same way on offense. When you're trying to catch a ball, use R1 combined with aggressive catch, rack, or secure, and you'll see better animations. Absolutely. It's called a manual catch button. Yeah, brought that out a long time ago. But yeah, I mean, in some cases, again, I'm telling y'all about this A button or X button. People don't think it works. Man, look at this. I'm telling you, this is A or X right here all day long. Well, A, I'm on PlayStation. Or no, X, I'm on PlayStation, excuse me. And so, yeah, it's just a knockout. And so, yeah, you didn't see me put his hand up to swat or anything. And if your hand is up early to swat, that means you're hitting the button. You're going for it too early. That's the reason why you're probably missing. You got to learn how to, when you go for it, hold the button through the contact. It's just like the strong hands mechanic on offense. So whatever animation it is that you're getting, whether it be swat or, you're trying to go for the pick or the knockout, hold that button through the contact, but you have to initiate the button with timing. Y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday, man. Be safe out there. It is your boy, Coach. I'm out.